So welcome to this webinar. My name is Faustine, and I'll be the presenters today. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. So please, can you just use the chat if and say hello? So I'm sure that everyone is able to see and hear me. I thank you. um, yes, today we are going to present in details a little bit more this one of the school we recruit students for, and it's ESIEE Paris. So it's an engineering school specialized in technology and IT, so information technology and computer science. To tell you more a little bit more about ourselves, we work in an organization called Join a School in France, and our mission is to recruit international students all over the world for different schools. So we have master programs for management schools, fashion schools, and engineering schools. And today we're going to focus on these programs. So later there will be another presenters who is from the school. It's the director of ESIEE Paris. He will join us later. So before he arrive, I will just try to tell you more about how we recruit students and what we are looking for. So our people can apply for our program if they are less than 30 years old, if they speak English, and if they have at least a bachelor degree. So a bachelor degree is basically 3 years of studies. Why we are asking for these requirements is very simple. It's just because you will enter a master program, and to have a master program, you need at least 3 years of studies. So the school is based in Paris, near to Paris, so it's like 30 minutes by train, so it's very close to Paris, and you will have the occasion to you will be able to to come to Paris very easily. With the advantage of not being in Paris directly, because the school offers a campus, so it will help you to cover the costs that it might be for you. So if you are interested in applying, you only have to do is to go on our website, fill up the form, answer the motivation question, and download some documents. So the documents that we need there is only a few. So we need your ID, a certificate of attendance or a diploma. But if you are in your last year of study, you just need a certificate from the school saying that you will be graduated next year. Also, we need your transcripts, so all of them from year one to from year one to final year, and a resume. And one thing that we recommend you to download is a recommendation letter. Two would be perfect, but at least one. So a recommendation letter is something that you ask your teacher to give you, and it's basically a motivation letter which is written by someone else. So the school really like it and really pays attention to it, because it will show your motivation, and also your it will prove to the school that you are someone serious. Also, we'll ask you 3 motivation questions. To give you some details about it, we'll ask you why you want to to study in France. We'll ask you what is your professional goal. We'll ask you what is your future project, etc., etc. So it's really important for you to give as much details as you can, because it's the only way for the school to see your motivation and to see that you are worth it. So some people just download the documents and they don't really pay attention to this question, but I tell you that it's really important, because the first impression is not only made by your document, it's also made on your personality. So when you try to apply for a school in France, it's exactly like having an interview. So you you have to sell yourself and you have to be sure of yourself, and you have to know why you do you choose to study this field or another. So yes, that's my first recommendation. It is to pay attention to the details and to what you say in your motivation question. So once you have downloaded all these documents and answered the motivation question, we will submit your application to the school, and they will decide if they want you to go to the second step, which is having an interview with them. So the interview will be done by the school directly and is in English, will be in English, because the program that you are applying for are all in English. So speaking French is not a requirement. You don't have to speak French, but you have to speak English. It's really important to remember that. Also, about the French language, it's not mandatory, but it's always better if you have some basics. First of all, because, well, when you arrive in a new country, it's always easier when you need to interact with stranger, if you know how to speak a little bit of the language of the country. And second, because you will have to do an internship in a company in France or abroad, but it's easier for you if you do it in France. And if you want to succeed in this company, it's better if you know some basics and notions, because you have to talk with your managers and co-workers, etc., etc. So it's not mandatory, but it's very highly recommended. And for that, the school will give you French lesson, so it's included in the program. So it's perfect because it's also an occasion for you to learn another language and to get more skills. So yeah, so that's about the selection process itself. One more thing, and then I will go on another topic, is about the deadline. So we recruit for September 2018. So we always recruit 1 year in advance, so you have time to do the visa procedure and all. For the engineering for this school, we send the complete application every 10th of each month. So on the 10th of December, we send the school the complete application, and the next one will be sent on January 10th. And after the school receives it, you will get an answer on January 30. So at each end of the month, we give you the answer and from of the school. And if you are eligible for the second step, you will be called directly by the school to have an interview with them, a phone interview. So if you have any question, I didn't tell you, but you can always use the chat. You have access to the chat, and I'll be glad to answer it by speaking. And yeah, so that's it for the selection process itself. Now what I would like to cover would be the reason why you should come to France. Basically, Jean-Luc, who will join us later, will tell you the reason what ESIEE does in Paris, in France. But one of the main reasons would be that these programs are really are related to smart cities. So to tell you a bit more about a smart city is a city that is connected to new technology and that integrates new technology in its system and in its daily life. So it goes from the subway network to the Wi-Fi, etc., etc. So Jean-Luc is here to tell us more about that, and I will just give you the connection, and then I think he will be able to tell you more about that than I am. 1 minute. Yes. Okay. So we're just waiting for Jean-Luc from ESIEE to get the connection. Yes, it's working. Hello. Can you hear me? Oh, we can't. I can't hear you. I'll just make sure we have the mic. Okay. 1 second.
Good evening.
Good. We can hear you and see you now. Good.
Perfect. Okay. Good evening, Faustine.
Good evening.
Thanks.
Yes, I was just you on time because I was just finishing covering the selection process, and I was just about to talk about ESIEE, and I started to talk about the smart cities and explaining what it is. So maybe before introducing ESIEE, you can tell us a bit more about that and how ESIEE is working on this project.
Yes, indeed, with great pleasure. Indeed, the development of sustainable city is an important topic. ESIEE Paris actually is located in the heart of the east of Paris, the Grand Paris project, which is focused on the sustainable city. And then we are working at the graduate school for connected objects for the city, for smart city. That's one of our main focus. Obviously, it's not the only focus because electronics, connected objects, computer science, management of technologies, the fields that we are working on are applicable to many things, but that one is a key topic.
Yeah, good. So can you tell us a bit more maybe about the school itself, and especially I see some, we don't have to cover all the slides, but this one I think will talk a lot to the students, and also about the fees at the school and the general idea of the
Yeah.
ESIEE.
Yes, indeed, that slide is quite interesting. I told it already, actually. What is ESIEE Paris? That's a graduate school. It's a graduate school of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Paris region. And that is a key point because it helps us to be in great connection with companies. We have to say that the Chamber of Commerce and Industry is actually with the elected member part of the French companies in the Paris region, and then obviously its directions are oriented toward these needs. It is also connected to research because we are really doing a high-level research, and we are taking part of the university system of France, which is quite specific and unique worldwide. So there is this duality, enterprise and research. And in terms of placement rate, that is an excellent mix because we can see in this slide that 94% of our students find a job in less than 6 months after graduation. That's a metric that is very important. That is a figure that we are measuring every year. And that is coming out from the survey 2017, but that's a ratio which is stable for years and years. One important thing as well is the average initial salary, which is 40,000 euros, which is part of the best average salaries that you can have in France with the degree of engineer. That is a really good value. Also, we can tell what kind of jobs people can find after that. It's quite diverse as well. Because I'm used to say that with the programs that we provide, they can go for programs in the master domain, which is either actually toward research or industry, but there is a profile also of manager of the technology. And for that, we have a specific program, which is a Master of Science toward management of technologies and information system. And if you go to that domain of management, also you have very good statistics, and that could be with salary, which are part of the upper range, for example, if you are really building an international career. So in terms of domain actions, whatever degree you're looking for, a master degree or the MSc, the master degree in France will help you to go to research and industry, depending on what you're doing at the final internship. And the MSc is for the management of technologies. You can be, let's say, we have alumni, which are a very famous position. We can mention Ian Lequin, for example, who is the director of the laboratory of Facebook about intelligence, artificial intelligence. You can be technical director, CEO as well, in the Consumer Electronics Show at Las Vegas. Usually there is a big participation of France with the French tech, and actually we can count how many entrepreneurs are there coming from ESIEE. And ESIEE is number one in terms of graduate school from France to provide entrepreneurs there. Obviously, you can work in research and be a scientist. You can work as well in management of technologies or in after-sale engineer position, for example. So a wide variety.
Okay. Also, what is the percentage of international students at ESIEE?
This percentage is, I will tell about numbers actually. Today we are approximately 2,000 students in ESIEE Paris, a bit more than 2,000. And part of them, it's typically 260 students to 300 students. So it's more than, it's around 15%, we say.
Okay, nice. Okay. And about the internship, because all the programs have a mandatory internship, do they have to do it in France or can they do it abroad? And also, do they have to find the company by themselves, or will the school help them to find the internship?
Yeah. Actually, the internship can be anywhere in the world. Obviously, in France, it's possible, but for those who are willing to have a real international career, we encourage them to do so, and they can go abroad. In terms of way to find the internship, we help them. Obviously, it's their it's part of the training to know how to find the internship. And the way we help them is that we help them to write a motivation letter, their curriculum vitae. We organize face-to-face meeting with companies, speed recruitment. We have job fairs as well. And we have a large list of internship offers that is provided. It's typically a list of 4,000 job position, internship position that is made available to students. So they have a lot of tools to find the internship, but still, the key is them. They have to make the interview. You have to make the interview with the company. So you have to be trained to that interview, for example.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what I said earlier. That an internship or entering a school or looking for an internship is like looking for a job. So you really have to sell yourself and show your motivation and have a clear future project. And you need to know why you want to come in France and study in France. That is what the school and also your future employer will look for. I think it's been pretty much 20 minutes that we're online. I think we've covered pretty much everything that we wanted. I will just show you what are, Jean-Luc, if I can have the name of the masters. I think it's in the
Mhm.
presentation, maybe here,
It
but
is.
I can't
Um,
find them.
I can tell you it's not so far from where you are, indeed.
Sorry.
Um,
Page 5. Here. So yes, these programs that you can see on the screen are the programs we are recruiting for. So I will send you the details of it later after we finish the webinar. Also, I know that we were more than 70 to you were more than 70 to register for this event today, and I received a couple of emails from some of you who couldn't make it on time. So don't worry, you will be able to watch the replay, and I will send you this presentation so you'll have more details. So I just give you again our website, which is joinasschoolinfrance.com. I'll send it to you by email, of course. And if you have any question or if you need more information, and if you want me to help you to apply, feel free to email me later. Thank you, Jean-Luc, and thank
thanks
you
a lot,
for those of
Lucy.
you who were here today. Yes, and I see that there is a question. So on the limit of 30, is it by the time you make an application or by the time the program starts? Jean-Luc, do you does the student can be more than 30 years old when they start? Because for
Yeah,
us,
they
we
could.
will answer yes, but yeah, okay. So
Yes,
it's same
they
for us.
can. We are open to that, and the question is the quality of the profile, obviously,
Mhm.
rather than the age. So
Okay,
don't worry.
yeah. Same for us. If you are 30 years old in the year where you apply, it's okay. Okay, so thank you everyone, and my name is Faustine again, if you need to reach me, and hope to talk to you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.